Hari Om Tat Sat. 4 chapters on freedom, a commentary on the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, Swami Satyanand Saraswati, Bihar School of Yoga. Chapter 1, Samadhi Pada, Sutra 15, lower form of Vairagya. Drishtanushravika Vishaya Vitrishnasya Vashikara Sangya Vairagyam. Drishta, seen. Anushravika, heard. Vishaya, object. Vitrishnasya, of the one who is free of desire. Trishna, craving, desire. Vashikara, control. Sangya, awareness. Vairagyam, absence of craving. When an individual becomes free of a craving for the sense objects which he has experienced as well as those of which he has heard, that state of consciousness is Vairagya. When a person is without craving, without thirst, without hankering for all the objects of pleasure, and so on that he has heard or seen for himself in his life, this state of mind, cravinglessness, thirstlessness, is known as Vairagya. Drishta includes the pleasures of pleasurable objects experienced through the senses. All experiences within the range of personal sense knowledge are called Drishta. Anushravika objects are those which one has not experienced but of which one has heard from other persons and from books. Thus, Vairagya is completely a process of buddhi. It is not a sect by itself. If one thinks that for the practice of Vairagya one will have to change one's life, then one is mistaken. Vairagya is the final assessment of everything that one has undergone in life. It is possible to attain Vairagya even when one undergoes all the responsibilities of family and society. It is not at all necessary to give up one's duties. What is needed is not to give up the different acts, but rather to completely give up raga and dvesha, which cause the subconscious agony. This is explained very well in the Bhagavad Gita, which says that an individual can be free in this life itself even while performing the various necessary acts in life, if only he can detach himself from the good or bad effects of his actions. What is important for meditation is not what one does or does not do in the outer life, it is the inner life, the life of inhibitions, suppressions, and complexes, the life of mental and psychic errors that plays a decisive role in meditation. For this, there must be Vairagya so that the proper attitudes come into being. The practice of Vairagya starts from within and never from without. It does not matter what clothes you wear or what kind of people you live with. What really matters is what kind of attitude you have towards the various things, persons, and events you come across in life. Vairagya makes for a balanced attitude and integrated approach, a feeling of love and compassion for all, yet a sort of detachment which works in everything that one does. Vairagya is thus a manifestation of the purity and peace of one's mind. It bestows upon the sadhaka an undisturbed happiness and silence which remains unchanged whether the sadhaka is confronted with events that please him or events that would be unpleasant. An important question arises here. It may be argued that a student can purify the mind and make it silent in the state of samadhi even without the practice of vairagya. It may be said that the other techniques of yoga, such as pranayam, meditation, etc., are quite sufficient for taking a student to the higher state, but this is not a correct belief. If you observe your mind impartially, you will be aware of the fact that at the deeper level of consciousness and of the subconscious, every one of us has certain desires, cravings, ambitions, and wishes we want to fulfill. These unfulfilled desires give rise to conflicts and tensions. In our daily life, we may not be aware of these conflicts and tensions, but a person who wants to meditate finds it impossible to make his mind steady unless the undergoing urges and tensions are resolved. As Patanjali will explain in a further chapter, there are 5 types of these basic urges which may be described as subconscious agonies or afflictions. They must all be got rid of, for unless that is done, a student cannot make his mind steady in samadhi, and vairagya is the only way through which the subconscious agonies can be done away with. There are 3 stages of vairagya. In the first stage, all the likes and dislikes towards the object of the world are active in the mind. An effort is made to control the natural passions and cravings, such as the tendencies of hate, violence, etc. This stage is characterized by the struggle to overcome the effects of raga and dvesha. In the second stage, some items of raga and dvesha come under the control of the mind, but there are some items which have not yet been controlled. In the third stage, the conscious aspect of yoga, raga and dvesha is completely evolved and the mind becomes free of raga and dvesha. Thus we see that in the first stage there is effort without much success, in the second stage there is partial success, and in the third stage the aspirant completely succeeds in the extermination of raga and dvesha, although their roots may still be there. Harihi Om.